Echeverria available, with Kiermaier technically still active, but not available because of that foot. And yesterday, Brad Miller went on the disabled list. Ryan Weber has been added to the pitching staff.
Well, there you go. Brad Miller feeling a little something in the groin, and you do not want to mess around with that early in the season. His bat's going to be too important, and versatility in the field for that matter. And Ryan Weber, a St. Petersburg native, going to get an opportunity to come up here. He's got 22 games in his Major League Baseball career, good ERA, and get an opportunity to help out that bullpen. But it does leave Kevin Cash, his hands are tied with the bench, because you basically go from 4 guys on the bench down to 2. I don't remember the last time I was part of a ball game where you only had 2 guys available to you on the bench.
Yeah, and when one of them's a catcher, you have about 90% only one man available on the bench, because you've got to be careful and hold that extra catcher back in case you need him. By the way, Ryan Weber joining our own Doug Wechter and Casey Kochman, the 3 players to play for the Tampa Bay franchise who were born in St. Petersburg. Well, the White Sox are taking the field, and we'll take a look at the Rays lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Denard Span will lead it off for the Rays. He'll be followed by Joey Wendell and then Carlos Gomez. C.J. Cron is at first base hitting cleanup. Matt Duffy at third base. He'll hit 5th in front of Wilson Ramos, the catcher. Daniel Robertson is the shortstop hitting 7th. Malik Smith in the ace spot in right field, and the DH is Rob Refsnyder.
Well, taking the mound this afternoon for the Chicago White Sox, an old friend here of the Tampa Bay Rays, Miguel Gonzalez. They saw an awful lot of him when he was a member of the Baltimore Orioles, and you see the numbers from his first start of the season against the Toronto Blue Jays, but overall against the Rays, and obviously it's a different configuration this season as far as the lineup goes. He's had a lot of success against this franchise, a 7-4 record, ERA of 2.76 in 16 starts. Let's take a look at the defense and see how it's going to line up behind him here this afternoon. And in the outfield left to right, we have Nicky Delmonico, Lurie Garcia, and Avisail Garcia. Across the infield, third to first, Yolmer Sanchez, Tim Anderson, Yuan Moncada, and Jose Abreu, Omar Narvaez behind the plate. It's going to be a fun series setting the defense.
Yes, it will. Well, the White Sox and a bit of transformation as well. They, as you know, made a lot of deals, gathering a lot of impressive young talent. And the Rays trying to shake out of this terrible stretch they've been through. And here's Denard Span. Span has been one of the real bright spots for the Rays so far this year, and he's leading off, taking the first pitch, and that's a strike.
Well, this is a guy prepares himself well, is going to give you a professional at bat every time he goes up there, understands what's expected of him here with the Rays.
And Span takes this one down. So this game technically delayed about 21 minutes. And boy, we had snow, we had some rain. The ground crew, a great job of clearing this field. It's a ball to Span. 2-1. The popper off to the left, foul ball. That's going to wind up in the stands. Well, when the Rays arrived, this place was filled with snow, and they started in the outfield. And boy, what a job of snow removal. Well, if you ever wake up one morning and you can't get out of your house, the garage and the drive needs to be cleared, these are the guys to call.
It is remarkable when you see what this field was like this morning to what it looks like right now. Amazing work done by the grounds crew here. In fact, they're holding a presser right now, Dwayne. You do work like that, you get your own press conference.
Yeah, Roger Bossett, the head groundkeeper here, is explaining how to get it done. The height of efficiency. Full count to Denard Span. And a high popper left side. That's Anderson out into shallow center, the shortstop making the catch. 35 degrees, the wind out of the north-northeast at about 11 miles per hour. As you know, this game originally scheduled to be a night game, and because of the weather forecast, it was moved up to a daytime start. And just a little later starting than anticipated. And here's Joey Wendell bouncing this one foul.
You know, Dwayne, this is an energy and enthusiasm game. I mean, who's going to bring it? You know, the White Sox, started off here at home. The Detroit Tigers swept them. The Rays are in the midst of an 8-game losing streak, a tough loss yesterday, and another day game, and they're playing it in front of nobody.
Yep.
I mean, this is self-motivation, and you've got to be the guy that tells yourself, I'm going to bring it today and make a difference, because the atmosphere leaving a little bit to be desired.
Yeah, this will be apparently a 3-figure crowd here.
That's true. We actually were able to count them before this game started.
High pop foul down the left side, and that's out of play. Well, almost everyone should leave with a souvenir baseball.
Your own personal vendor.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to brave the elements and come out here, you ought to get a baseball in your own personal vendor. Wendell with 3 extra base hits. There's a shot down the right field line. Will that stay fair? That ball is a foul ball. Boy, Wendell thought he might have picked up the long one there, and just foul.
Boy, he did such a great job of pulling his hands through the zone. A lot of times when you're able to do that, that ball will stay true, not getting around it. Just not true enough. Ooh.
Wendell has been impressive coming over from Oakland. He hit a couple of home runs in the short stints he had with Oakland and just missed one, barely foul.
I like a guy like Joey Wendell today. No batting gloves. He's one of those, you can just tell he's a hard-nosed type of player, doesn't care about the elements.
Yeah, you say that as I just put on my gloves. But we don't have to go there. 2-2 the count on Wendell. But you're right about Wendell. I think he quickly has gained that reputation among his teammates, and that's what counts.
A guy that you love to play next to. That's for sure.
One out, base is empty. This one hard hit. Look out up the right side. Well, the Cubs were supposed to play today on the north side, but that game has been postponed, their opener. And maybe a couple of those fans have made their way to the south side.
Picked up a jersey on the way. Root for the Cubs and anybody that plays the White Sox.
Foul out of play and extended at bat for Wendell.
Yeah, good battle here. Miguel Gonzalez, not one of those guys that's going to overpower you. That fastball is going to hover right around 90 miles an hour.
Well, the count's 2-2. All of the pitches that you could consider strikes would have been foul balls. 8 pitches so far, and there's a ground ball to third. Sanchez up with this one, though a little bit up, but Abreu's a tall target over there. 2 gone. 2 up, 2 down. Good at bat by Wendell here. Carlos Gomez.
This is an energy guy every day.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like the hoodie look coming out of the jersey?
On a day like today, of course.
Yeah, I would never do it, but I don't mind it.
Yeah. And that's a strike.
I like it better than the face masks.
Yeah, you never know who you're dealing with the face mask. And especially with defensive shifts, it is a challenge sometimes from this perspective. That's foul out of play.
I went to the little convenience store last night across the street from the hotel, and there were a couple of those masks being worn in there.
Glad to see that you're here with us today.
So am I. Did not think that was going to go very well.
Oop, up and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. They've ooh, that pitch up and in, right back into the screen.
We've seen a number of interesting swings by Carlos Gomez the last couple of days. Miguel Gonzalez trying to crowd him there. And Gomez trying to do anything he can to get it out.
And this one is fouled off his foot, somewhere in that vicinity. You don't want to be doing that today with the temperature at 35.
Ball, yeah, man.
It missed the guard.
Right on the top of that foot. That is not going to feel very well. You can ask Kevin Kiermaier about that.
Now the pitch upstairs. Well, of the first 20 pitches, Gonzalez has made 10 have been fouled away. He's up to 21 pitches overall right now. Down the left side, back toward the corner. Delmonico's going to have to play the carom, and he will hold Gomez to a base hit. Delmonico, a good job on the carom off the fence and left. And Gomez, who battled for that hit, thought he might have a double, has to hold for a single.
Yeah, you really couldn't have played that much better, Dwayne. That was a rocket on an off speed, the changeup by Miguel Gonzalez. And Nicky Delmonico out there. That ball, look at that late action, but or Gomez, excuse me. Good recognition, and then right into the bare hand. Perfectly played. Maybe a little fortunate too.
Yep. C.J. Cron up here. He homered his first time up in yesterday's game in Boston. Looking up his first home run in a Rays uniform. Two balls, no strikes. Rays with a base runner, 2 gone. It's 3-0. Gonzalez has been tough against the Rays through the years, and a good part of that with the Baltimore Orioles. So the White Sox last year, a little time with Texas, signing back with the White Sox this year. Into the screen, foul, tried to check his swing on the 3-0 pitch, and it's 3-1. Gomez the runner. Good count for Crone. Gomez back in there. Runner goes 3-1. The pitch is a ball. The throw down made anyway, but Crone draws the walk. So a 2-out single followed by the base on balls.
A good jump there by Gomez. That ball to the shortstop side of the bag. End of the day, it didn't matter. At least you stay warm, loose.
Probably makes the foot feel better too after the foul ball off his left foot. Now let's see what Matt Duffy can do. Duffy hitting .257 with a home run. That came in the Boston series. Look back there to shorten a lead by Gomez. Pitch is inside. Well, these two teams last year in the season series split it right down the middle. 6 games playing outside the division. The Rays 3-3 against them. In fact, if you back it up since 2014, they're 13-13 against each other. Ground ball right side. Will it sneak through? Knocked down by Moncada, and here comes Gomez. By the time the ball's retrieved, Gomez scores from second, and the Rays break out in front. Duffy picks up a run batted in on the base hit. Crone moves to second. 5th RBI for Duffy.
Well, trying to find a hole over there on the right side. You see they've got Moncada kind of hanging around up the middle, and he's able to get over to it and glove it. But it's in and out of the glove and far enough away that Carlos Gomez does not slow up at all. Full head of steam, and the Rays here all with 2 outs. Able to scratch across the run and look for more.
Wilson Ramos off to a 3 for 26 start. Pitch is a strike. So the Rays with a run home in the first. Gonzalez leaves it upstairs. Better than 30 pitches here in this inning for Gonzalez.
Well, he just doesn't have that kind of stuff. That swing and miss type of stuff. He had a swing and miss rate a season ago of about 15%. So these guys are able to work at bats, see the pitch for a long time. A lot of foul balls already.
And Ramos pops it up right side. Abreu just across the right field line, out from first, makes the catch. So the Rays pick up a run on a couple of hits. They leave 2, and they'll be sending Chris Archer to the mound, with the Rays leading 1-0. For the first inning, we'll take a look at the starting lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers. White Sox will have Moncada to lead it off. Yohan Moncada. He'll be followed by Abisail Garcia. Jose Abreu, the first baseman, hits third in front of Nicky Delmonico. Yomer Sanchez at third with Tim Anderson, the shortstop, sixth. Jorge Garcia is in center field. Tyler Saladino is the DH. And Omar Narvaez will do the catching and bat ninth.
Well, Chris Archer, and go out there and do whatever he can to try to get this Rays team into the win column, making his third start of the season. Does not have a record yet. ERA 6.55 in 11 innings of work.
Here's Archer's first pitch, and it's a strike call. Moncada hitting from the left side. Overall, 176.
Well, this is a lineup. We talked about it during the pregame, a little bit in the open. It's a powerful lineup, but it's a lineup that is very pitchable. A lot of mistake hitters.
Tapper foul. Ball, 2 strikes.
The one thing that they do is they do force you to execute. You're not going to outstuff them. But you certainly can get the ball to a lot of safe areas, a lot of aggressive swingers in this lineup that will expand the zone.
Moncada coming over from the Red Sox organization when the White Sox sent Chris Sale to Boston. He was the key to that. They got a lot of good young players. And the count is full. In 54 games last year for the White Sox, hit .231 with 8 home runs. And he draws a walk to start the bottom of the first. And as you know, that's the last thing Archer wanted to do, with his team giving him a 1-0 lead here.
Well, let's take a look at the Rays defense, brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source. And in the outfield, left to right, Denard Span. Carlos Gomez gets the call in place of Kiermaier in center, and then Malik Smith out and right, and across the infield, third to first. Matt Duffy, Daniel Robertson, Joey Wendell, and C.J. Cron. Wilson Ramos will handle the catching duties.
Abisail Garcia coming up with that .343 average. Foul the other way. Garcia 4 of 11 in his career against Archer with a home run.
Boy, just when it looked like his star was about to dim, he turned it around in 2017. Tremendous season, finished the season red hot. Started off pretty good here in 2018.
Lifts it up the right side, foul. Smith digging hard for it, but that ball's going to be just out of play. Alex Smith sliding into that low wall down the right field side, and a little short there, so the count is 0-2.
Yeah, and you know what? You can't tell someone how hard to play. I mean, these guys are all selling out, want to break this losing streak, but at the same time, you don't have any replacements. Get
2
dangerous.
men on the bench, and one of them's a catcher.
Yeah, I don't think Sucre is going to go to right field.
Garcia fouls this one well out of play. He wound up hitting .330 last year, and he hits the ball hard. And he's a guy who we've seen drive the ball the other way as well. He'll hit the ball hard to all fields.
Yeah. Well, you know, he came into camp a season ago in better shape, quicker bat, and that has allowed him to use the whole field much better.
And he did go. He's out on strikes on the slider. Well, that's a big pitch for Archer, especially if he's ahead in the count. And he He gets the right-handed hitting Garcia for out number 1.
Especially when it has this kind of depth. That's that one that he really gets on top of, and it gives the appearance of being, you know, an 88, 89 mile an hour curveball.
There's Jose Abreu. Abreu with a couple of home runs. Fouls this one back. And another impressive hitter. A hitter and power.
Yeah, let's a little scouting report on Jose Abreu. Imposing figure. This guy's 6'3", about 250 pounds, so he casts a shadow when he jumps into that batter's box. And consistent, really historic production. He's one of only 3 major league players that's hit at least 25 home runs and driven in at least 100 runs his first 4 seasons in the big leagues. Joins.
Runner takes off, and that pitch up and in, and gets Abreu. Well, that has to be a little scary up in that neighborhood. Ricardo moves to second, Abreu at first.
We mentioned Chris Archer in pitching in. Obviously, he's trying to do that right here, and just the ball sails on him, way up and in. No intent, but dangerous nonetheless. Catches Abreu right in that left shoulder.
Yeah, and that really is something, not hitting a guy, but pitching in, that would add a very important dimension to Archer's game.
It would, and really all pitchers. I think that everybody can find some positives with, you know, with pitching in. You don't have to pitch in there a lot, but from time and again, just to give these hitters something else to think about. But pitching in is also an art form, especially when you're talking about arm side. You know, lefty coming in on a left-handed hitter, righty coming in on a right-handed hitter. It's not as easy as some make it look.
Nicky Delmonico takes that first pitch down, a fastball.
You would see a lot of times in spring training, they would have these, you know, these hitters, they're like plastic setups that they would put in just to get you used to pitching in there and close. You're not going to take somebody, you know, a real guy and put him in there. Many times you're going to probably plunk him. But it definitely is a learned skill.
2-0. Yeah, and it's amazing. You know, it's as we've discussed before, it can be a high risk to go in there, but boy, if you can do it, it starts to separate pitchers and send them to a higher category who can do that.
You get outs in there, and you also make the pitch middle away more effective, and you give yourself more margin for error, and that's just a fact.
Yeah, you don't have to be perfect away all the time then.
No, because you use both sides of the plate. A hitter has to respect that. He can't dive out there. What you find is if you pitch ineffectively, he's reaching for the ball away, not diving into it. And that's the difference between a rollover, a soft, you know, little fly ball off the end of the bat, or a guy driving one the other way into the gap.
Well, the White Sox had a big offensive start against Kansas City. Their lineup has cooled since then, 0 for 15 with men in scoring position in their recent games. That's a strike. They have men at first and second here. 1 out, 3-1 on Delmonico. Overall, in the early part of this year, hitting .203 with runners in scoring position. And now back full, 3-2.
Man, that may have been a 3-1 changeup. 92 miles an hour. Pulled the string a little bit there by Chris Archer.
Okada at second, Abreu at first. And ball 4, and Archer asking about the location of that pitch. He thought it was a pretty good pitch, and it's going to load the bases.
Yeah, trying to go with that slider middle in. Stays up and maybe just a little too far in. It's a close pitch. Chris Archer wanted it, and Stu Sherwater, you can see with that arm saying that ball's in here off the plate.
So the bases are loaded. Here is Yomer Sanchez. And the pitch is down. This matchup presented by AARP, and they've had some interesting matchups here. 3 home runs for Sanchez with a lifetime average of 357 against Archer. So this is a major challenge. Fly ball into right. Smith will set up to make the catch. Tag at third. Mercado's going to head to the plate, and he will score to tie the game. Sanchez driving in his 8th run of the year with a fly ball to right. The other runners hold. Abreu still at second, therefore Delmonico remains at first.
Just trying to get the ball in the air and to the outfield. That's all Sanchez was attempting to do in that at-bat.
Another walk, a hit batter, another walk, and a sacrifice fly. It's a run without a hit. 2 men on, 2 men out, a run in, and here's Tim Anderson, the shortstop. That's a strike. Water says yes, it was to Tim Anderson.
Almost a predetermined swing. This is a slider down and away, first pitch off the plate, and he absolutely went.
Anderson started this year with a bang, a multi-homer game against Kansas City. Drove in 3 runs opening day. Anderson overall with 3 home runs.
And so far in this at-bat, Tim Anderson has been overmatched. Going after that first slider, that slider right there, even the swing got a little bit long. Something you got to be able to recognize.
The 1-2. Lays off that mid-90s fastball. 2-2. Anderson, just 24 years old. And a cut and a miss. There's a strikeout, the second of the inning. So we've completed 1 from Chicago, and we're tied 1-1. WB Mason, the official office supply company of the Tampa Bay Rays. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And there's a man of the hour right now. Roger Bossard, the veteran groundskeeper who they call the sodfather around here, and for good reason. They get this field ready and playable. And we go to the second inning with Daniel Robertson. Robertson starts the day 4 for 12 on the year at .333. Played second base yesterday and ended the game at first. He pitched the day before. He can do it all.
Versatility, Dwayne, is everything in this game, especially nowadays.
Well, if you're a player capable of doing that and you can add something offensively, you can extend a career and have a great one. And now there's a liner into left field, and that ball will be caught. Delmonico hangs on, tumbling through the outfield.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that is a heck of a play by Nicky Delmonico out there and left on a sinking line drive on a brutal day. Go down and take away extra bases from Daniel Robertson.
Yeah, that's an extra base hit for sure. We think that's Delmonico.
I saw that when he rolled over, I saw the name on the back of the jersey.
Gotcha. Here's Malik Smith putting down a bunt, and it's fouled, strike one. Yeah, that's why you don't like those masks so much.
I was in line behind him last night.
Yeah, at the corner of Monty Avenue and Hall Street.
Yeah.
Strike the count to Malik Smith. Tapper foul. 0-2. Rays with a run in the first inning, driven home by Matt Duffy. White Sox back with a run without the benefit of a hit in the bottom of the first.
How about this foul tip right off the helmet of Narvaez?
You know, if you didn't have a headache already from it being cold and damp and snowy and all that, and then you take that. Ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, it's a tough game to begin with. Tougher, much tougher on a day like today for everybody involved. Pitch is down, 2-2. How about this? We mentioned all the foul balls early when Wendell was up there. The Rays have not had a swing and miss yet.
Yeah.
They had 12 foul balls. Gonzalez made 32 pitches in the first inning. And there's a liner, base hit into left. Smith is aboard. 1 out single. The Rays have speed at first base.
We were highlighting early on that, you know, Miguel Gonzalez, not a big swing and miss guy. He's got to get the balls to safe areas. He's got to change speeds, and he's looking to take the ball either, well, somehow off the barrel of the bat, end of the bat, get in on you a little bit. Right there, he leaves that pitch up, and Malik Smith just smacks it into left field, and now you've got to worry about Smith's speed on the base paths.
Brett Snyder at the plate. And immediately a move to first. Malik is back in.
Opposing base stealers 8 out of 10 against Miguel Gonzalez a season ago in 156 innings.
And a pitch out. Malik's is safe, getting back into first. And boy, for a moment it appeared that he was going to be hung out to dry. But on the pitch out, he managed to get back in.
And I mean, just got back in. Narvaez quickly down to Abreu. Little false start there. Oof, that was close.
White Sox deciding whether they want to take a look at this, and they're deciding not to.
See that left hand get to the bag right there before he gets whacked with that glove.
1-0 the count. Another move to first base. Smith back in. Pitch is fouled back and out of play. So it's 1-1. Rays with a run in the first. White Sox with a run in the first. Rays with a man aboard. 3 day games here against the White Sox. Back with you tomorrow at 1:30. Weather supposed to improve in the 40s tomorrow and actually in the 50s for game 3 on Wednesday. Inside, 2-1. Well, Gonzalez made over 30 pitches in the first, and he's making quite a few here in the second inning. Last year, he averaged a little over 16 pitches an inning, and that's really what he needs to do. The quicker he can get outs, the better.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? And because he's not a huge strikeout guy, that should be the game plan. Go out there, get early soft contact. He's going to work around the strike zone, change speeds, and try to get quick outs. But that absolutely has to be the path to success for Gonzalez.
And not much bite on that one. So it's a 3-1 count.
You can see him continue to go to that back pocket. You assume that there's probably one of those hand warmers back there. Keep that pitching hand toasty in between pitches.
Up the right side, that's going to be foul as it tails back into the stands. The count is full. Well, it has not always been an easy road for Gonzalez. Right-hander born in Mexico and came to the States with his family when he was 3 or 4 years old. His dad was a groundskeeper at the Loyola Marymount. So he spent a lot of time on the baseball fields at that point. Originally signed by Boston. The Rays have seen him most of the time with Baltimore, and last year with both Texas and the White Sox. There goes Smith, and the ball hit on the ground through the left side. Smith's going to go for third, and the ball bobbled by Delmonico as he tried to pick it up. And now going into second base is Refsnyder, taking advantage of the indecision. And out of that, the Rays have men now at second and third. So that will be a base hit for Refsnyder, his first of the year. He'd drawn a ton of walks and now a hit, and an error charge to Delmonico on the move up.
Think about the inning by Nicky Delmonico. Makes a great play to start the inning off, and then right here, no harm, no foul if he goes back to it, but he's so preoccupied with Mallex Smith. Mallex Smith was getting to third regardless. It was the move up from first to second by Refsnyder. He notices right away that Nicky's going back to get the ball and paying him no mind.
So now a great opportunity for the Rays with the top of the order, Denard Span. Pitch inside. So Smith and Refsnyder with 1 out singles after Robertson made a bid for a hit and Delmonico denied him. And the move up on Delmonico's error, 2-minute scoring position. That's a line drive to second. Pitch got in on Span, and he's the second out.
And Dwayne, that's a new pitch for Miguel Gonzalez, going with that little cutter, the subtle movement, and again, it's about missing barrels. And so you're going to start this pitch, and Denard Span's going to start his swing, thinking that he's going to barrel this baseball, and then the little bit of cutting action takes it in on the label, and you don't get the contact that you were certainly hoping for. Soft little line drive, and Gonzalez closer to getting out of this spot.
Now Joey Wendell, who just missed a home run, fouled his first time up, had an extended at bat. The pitch is a strike at the knees. Little tapper to the right side, picked up by Moncada, and the Rays are going to take a pass on this opportunity. They leave men at second and third. We're tied 1-1.
Here at Guaranteed Rate Field against the White Sox. Well, one new addition to the Rays this year, CJ Cron. He hit a bomb in yesterday's game. He's playing first base today. And here are 3 things you might want to know about him. Number 1, he was in the 2013 Futures game at Citi Field. Number 2, his dad was a Major League Baseball player and a manager in the Tigers organization. And number 3, he played baseball at University of Utah. He actually became Utah's first ever first-round draftee when he was selected 17th overall in the 2011 MLB draft, and that is CJ Cron.
And the Rays are looking for big things from his bat in the middle of this lineup. Playing first base and DHing some. Garcia leads off, fouling the pitch away. The count goes to 1-1. Garcia, Saladino, and Narvaez due up here in the second for the White Sox.
Well, he's going to get every opportunity, CJ Cron that is, to flourish with the Rays. He'll be out there playing first base, going to get some DH opportunities.
Well, he had a difficult time getting a full complement of at-bats in a single season with the Angels. Of course, Albert Pujols had something to do with that. Kind of tough to move him out of that lineup. But he should get the opportunity here with the Rays. And at the end of the day, you've got some talent and some power. And one thing you want is an opportunity to show that. And you have to think CJ Cron will get that here this year.
And get into a rhythm. You know what I mean? Be out there almost every day. And as a power guy, get those consistent ABs, not the starts and stops.
You know, I've always thought, especially for guys who have a long swing, they're power guys, it's more difficult for them to play on a spot basis. You know, a lot of times they'll be streak hitters, you know, they'll get hot and they'll get in that zone and get a lot of those extra base hits in a compressed amount of time because they get their swing down, and boy, when they do, they're dangerous.
No question about it. That's why I think we thought coming into the season, he's had 3 straight years or 3 straight seasons in the big leagues of 16 home runs, and he could far surpass that this season.
Garcia on the ground, grabbed by Cron. He'll make that play unassisted. 1 out here for Archer and the Rays against the White Sox in the bottom of the 2nd. Brings up the DH, Tyler Saladino. That's a strike. Saladino with a couple of at-bats so far this year. Spent time with the White Sox each of the last 3 seasons. It's warming up. 35 at game time, 36 now. 2-1 to count on Saladino. Supposed to be in the 40s tomorrow, and then the 50s for game 3.
How about that liner?
Down to third, glove by Duffy. The throws in time. Yeah, that was impressive, that shot right there. You could go even north of here and be comfortable in that.
I like the hat right in front of him. Ladies, nice look off to the side. I mean, this is an interesting group here today.
Well, on a day like today, and the folks who come out, it really is. It's a special group. They've got a lot of courage and personality. 1-0 the count to Narvaez. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Two and one, base is empty, 2 gone. Archer gave up a couple walks, hit a man in the first inning. Sacrifice fly scored the run. 2 outs in the 2nd. And it's a 3-1 count to Narvaez. There's a shot the other way and to left, and Span stays with it, making the catch, going down to 1 knee to do it. And it's 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Denard Span with a nice play there, and we'll head into the 3rd. Gomez, Cron, and Duffy due up. 1-1 ball game. Rays Geico Great Moments special on this day in 2011. Super Sam Bull stretching out, saving the day, and robbing Juan Pierre with the bases loaded. Right here, this is the scene of that Super Sam diving catch in 2011. Interestingly enough, it was the same situation for that 11 team that the Rays find themselves in now with this very slow start. Gomez fouls it back. How about this? Fewest wins in the first 9 games in franchise history this year, shared with that 2011 team that went on and managed to get into the postseason with 91 wins. And that Super Sam catch may have been the catalyst that turned it around. Gomez lofts a high fly down the left side into foul territory, and Delmonico makes the catch.
That was the beginning of Sam becoming a folk hero. Reenacted in the Lightning shirt. Playoffs getting ready to start.
That's right. You're absolutely right. A little cross promotion there with Super Sam.
Yeah.
Digging out that picture with the Lightning shirt.
Our off day on Thursday. We'll get to, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Settle in and watch some playoff hockey. I'm going to put on the foil.
C.J. Crone up here. Want to know the count? The Rays facing Miguel Gonzalez. Every time the Rays went to Baltimore, had a series with the Orioles, he seemed to pitch at least once in it. I mean, it's almost as if we started 2 out of 4 games.
I was going to say, a 4-game series, we may have seen him twice.
Yeah.
Him and Chris Tillman.
They became very familiar figures.
I mean, the lack of turnover on that Baltimore roster for years and years and years. I mean, it's the same group.
This one driven back into center field and all the way to the track. Garcia there to make the catch. And when you look at his numbers against the Rays, they've been impressive. He had a tough one his first time out, but the last 15 starts, 7-3 with a .218.
I mean, that's not messing around. That's getting down and doing some work and holding the opposition to basically nothing. For a pretty good sample size, too.
Matt Duffy shoots it toward right center. Garcia to his left this time and makes the catch. And the Rays are up and down on 3 fly balls. A 7-pitch inning. We're tied 1-1. Inside look. Well, now Tani, pick which side of his game you want to highlight, on the mound or in the batter's box. And on the other side of that coin, Giancarlo Stanton continues to struggle for contact. A 5 strikeout and an 0 for 7 game against the Orioles.
Boy, in what turned out to be a tough loss.
This one driven up the gap. That's going to go all the way to the wall by Moncada. He's around second and decides to put on the brakes there. Well, on the first pitch, he drills it toward right center, and Gomez had to go all the way to the wall to retrieve that one.
Well, Carlos Gomez shading him a little bit the other way. And so he gets out a pitch that's out over the plate. This is where, well, a lot of hitters are going to hurt you out over the plate, but the Chicago White Sox lineup, they make their living on mistakes out over. And that was perfectly placed by Moncada. Immediate threat.
That's the first hit for the White Sox to lead off the third. Avisail Garcia is the hitter. The bouncing ball to third into the glove of Duffy. The runner forced to stay at second. Boy, that's a big out to get Garcia on the first pitch and have Moncada still at second base.
That's exactly what he needed. You know, he had got Garcia his first time up on a good slider down and away, a little bit of a check swing, and so you go right back to it. Well executed pitch and a great result.
Archer with his work cut out for him with his leadoff double. Garcia retired. Now Jose Abreu was hit on the left shoulder with a pitch his first time up. Pitch is a strike. Slider breaks in. A take, and it's 0-2. Rays and the White Sox, bottom of the third on the south side of Chicago. Pirates and Cubs rained out on the north side. Foul the other way, out of play. Rays coming in 1-8. White Sox 3-5. White Sox losing 3 to Detroit. The dirt blocked by Ramos.
Yeah, we got cut off, Dwayne. We were talking about Abreu and that historic production, that ball that ended up hitting him. But yeah, I mentioned that he was one of 3 to do that. 25 home runs and 100 RBIs in their first 4 seasons in the big leagues. Albert Pujols, one of them. Yeah. And how about Joe DiMaggio being the other? And there they are. A lot of crooked big numbers there from that group.
And pretty exclusive company right there.
Yeah, anytime you get into the same company as the black and white photos, you're doing something.
Yep. And a cut and a miss. Abreu out on strikes. Big strikeout for Archer, so he's come back to get Garcia and Abreu.
Power fastball. That was well located, up just enough, a little bit off the plate. Bounce back so far.
Nicky Delmonico. Delmonico walked his first time up. Fouls it, strike one. Big cut by Delmonico.
And that was the changeup. I think that one that we thought a little earlier may have been a two-seamer, an occasional two-seamer, just 92 miles an hour, but that at 87, clearly a changeup there by Archer.
Foul out of play. Delmonico in 43 games last year for the White Sox hit 9 home runs and hit .262. And a cut and a miss. Boy, nice job by Archer pitching around the leadoff double by Moncada. White Sox now over their last 19 with men in scoring position, and we are tied 1-1. On to the fourth inning. Temperature in the mid-30s as the Rays send Wilson Ramos to lead off against Miguel Gonzalez. Ground ball fair back at third. Sanchez with a long throw, and he makes it right across the diamond to Jose Abreu. One pitch, one out. A lot of pitches in the first couple innings from Gonzalez, and then he had the 1, 2, 3, 7 pitch third. Now 1 pitch, 1 out in the fourth. You know, he's a guy who throughout his career, starting in 2011, he had elbow issues. He had Tommy John surgery in 2009. And since then, it seems, there's a strike call, that every year, or certainly every other year, he's had to contend with some issue after coming back from the Tommy John surgery. Some inflammation in that elbow. And the year following, he had a lot of blister problems with his thumb, and then oblique issues, shoulder issues. That's a strike. Missed some time last year with inflammation in the AC joint in the shoulder. You think about all of those, and then you think about pitching on a cold day like this.
Oh,
they all seem, one would think, to remind you on a day like today that they've all had something to say in years past, all those different injuries. Now a full count to Daniel Robertson.
Perseverance, the name of the game.
And Robertson draws the walk. So with one out, the Rays have a base runner. And Malik Smith, who singled in the second inning, hits here in the fourth with one on and one out. Ball, no strikes. Foul ball on the check swing. We're 1-1 with Malik Smith here. Number 8 hitter in the Rays lineup, hitting for the second time in this game. So we're in the fourth. Still no swing and misses in this outing for Miguel Gonzalez. We're almost through the lineup for a second time.
But he's been trying a little bit of everything. You know, the cutter, change up, fastball, moving it around, pitching in and out, up and down. Rays hitters honed in.
Foul ball to strike two. That's the 19th foul ball the Rays have hit off Gonzalez. Rays got a run in the first, left 2 men on. Left men at second and third in the second. Out 1, 2, 3 in the third. Now a man on with one out in the fourth. Robertson, that base runner at first, draws the throw. He's had 2 hits in the first, 2 hits in the second inning. And this one skips by Narvaez, and down to second goes Robertson. So a wild pitch moves Robertson into scoring position. It appeared that Narvaez had set up away.
Just gets yanked, changeup yanked down and in, and he really did not have a chance, especially with the way that that ball came up off the dirt.
So an opportunity again for the Rays to break this tie. A shot toward right center field. Extra bases. That will score Robertson and give Smith a chance to run. Already around second. He's going to go to third, and they will stop him there. A stand-up triple, and the Rays take the lead. First extra base hit of the year for Malik Smith, and the Rays lead 2-1.
Well, you could hear it plain as day, the hard contact by Malik Smith, and when this ball left the bat, you already knew the result. Run's going to score, and there was no way they were going to keep Malik Smith to a double. Deep right center field here. A big outfield, and a guy that can fly.
Now Ref Snyder in the infield for the White Sox comes up. Smith at third and one out.
So does the infield.
And the pitch is up. 1 ball, no strikes, so everybody close.
Trying to take that run away. That first pitch there by Miguel Gonzalez. Did you see Narvaez way off the plate? There was no intent to even throw that pitch for a strike. Trying to see what is going to happen down there with Mallex Smith.
And Refsnyder trying to lift that pitch. 1-1. 4 of the 5 hits for the Rays today have come with 2 strikes.
Just that lack of put-away pitch by Gonzalez. It works hand in hand. No swings and misses. A lot of hits with 2 strikes. Especially with all the foul balls. And there's another one of those fastballs off the plate away. Really not even a competitive pitch.
So it's 2-1, and that strike to Refsnyder, the first swing and miss the Rays have had against Gonzalez. And a strike call. 2-2.
It's been an interesting sequence. Fastball well off the plate to a catcher that's sitting up off the plate, then fastball in. Back way off the plate, fastball in. I think you want to go to 3-2 and go way off the plate, so we'll see what he does here.
Tapper to stay alive on that foul ball. Speed down there at third. And the count's going to go full away.
He did. I mean, those pitches that he's missed away haven't even been close. There's no chance that Refsnyder's going to expand that far. Let's see if he comes back in.
Ground ball, shortstop. Smith's going to try to score, and he is out at the plate. Ball hit right to Tim Anderson, the shortstop. So he's cut down.
Well, Mallex Smith going on contact. You anticipated that, and this ball hit sharply right at the White Sox shortstop. Comes right up, makes a nice throw, and there's no place for Mallex Smith to go there.
Now Refsnyder at first. 2 gone, and Denard Span, the top of the order, about to step in. Called strike. Span hit the ball on a line his last time up in the 2nd inning, but right at the second baseman, Moncada, who's shaded toward the hole and a step or 2 into right field right now. Fly ball lifted toward right. Moncada out. Garcia in with a better angle. Right fielder takes the catch. Triple by Mallex Smith. Chases home Daniel Robertson. The Rays score a run and take the lead. Bottom of the 4th coming. It's 2-1 Tampa Bay. 7-Eleven store, and while you're there, pick up a Rays discount coupon for the game this Friday when the Phillies are in town. Keep saving with $5 Budweiser and Bud Lights exclusively on the Budweiser porch. Ages 21 and over, please drink responsibly. Rays with the game tomorrow and Wednesday afternoon. Get home for the weekend against the Phillies. Sanchez takes the first pitch, strike. He has the run batted in for the White Sox. Came on a sacrifice fly to right in the first inning. Two. Well, the Rays grabbed a 1-0 lead in the first. Chicago came right back with a run. The Rays now with a 2-1 lead. And the White Sox batting in the bottom of the fourth and tapped down to first. That'll be handled by Crone. Important to keep that leadoff man in an inning off base, and the Rays have done that here in the home half of the fourth inning.
Precisely for the reason that you just talked about. You know, the Rays take a lead, immediate answer. Rays, okay, take another lead. Need that 0 thrown up there from Chris Archer, and I'll tell you what, since that double to open up the last half inning he was out there, he has really settled in and thrown some of his best pitches of the afternoon.
There's Tim Anderson. That ball is going to go through. Found its way in between Duffy and Robertson at a big turn.
And no sooner do I rip that out there than my namesake hammers one into left field.
Yep.
This pitch just catches too much play, trying to go down in a way and ended up more middle. Got to keep your eye over there on Tim Anderson too. 5 for 5 in stolen bases here in the early going of 2018.
And now Garcia, the center fielder, steps in. Leori Garcia. Anderson with a lead. He starts and stops. The pitch is a strike, swung on and missed. You see the base runner trying to size up the pitcher.
He wants to go. He's shown that already. Good athlete, obviously runs very well and has been active here the first week and a half of the season.
He's gone. And the ball hit between Duffy and the bag into left. Anderson hits the deck, rounding second. Span had third base right in front of him, so Anderson stays put at second base on the Garcia base hit.
Well, he got a good jump and then slapped that ball the other way on a pitch that was up. He was going to go too, but you could see the footing just was not going to work out for him coming around second base. That would have been an interesting play there. Span coming up if Anderson was going to challenge him. But here comes Chicago looking to answer once again.
Yep. 2 on with 1 out. Tyler Saladino. A ground ball to third his first time. And there's a strike. Archer in a bit of a strike groove here. Of his last 18 pitches, 17 have been strikes. Fly ball hit to center. Gomez in position to make the catch. Tag at second. Anderson's going to go to third, and he'll make it standing up. So it's first and third with 2 gone on the Saladino fly ball. Omar Narvaez, the catcher, retired on a good catch in left by Denard Span in the second inning. Strike one.
And I'll tell you,
at the White Sox, they've had a difficult time with men in scoring position.
well, Detroit held them to 1 run in the final 2 games of their series. And I'll tell you what, if Narvaez, if his swing doesn't shorten up a little bit, that's going to be 0 for 21. Very long on that opening slider.
Now it's 1-1. I think Archer got to 19 out of 20 pitches for strikes before missing on that one. It's 1-1. Step back by Archer as Anderson came bluffing down the line a bit.
Trying to draw him into a mistake there and maybe get a balk and a run out of that. Tim Anderson, we said he's active on the base paths like a boxer over there.
This one is pulled foul.
All he wants to do, too, he'd love to force you into a mistake, but he wants you thinking about him while you're trying to make a pitch to home plate. Third baseman, go over there and take care of him, work him over a little bit. That's enough.
One and two now. And it's blocked nicely by Ramos. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a big cut and a miss. He's out on strikes. A couple of men left on base by the White Sox. A big strikeout to end that threat. The ball game's going to move on to the 5th and the 4th. No runs, a couple hits, 2 left. And the Rays hold a 2-1 lead as we head into the 6th inning. Archer and Anderson exchanging pleasantries. Upon arriving at the ballpark.
Sergio Romo, having a blast this morning.
He was doing everything. Snow Angels, throwing a little BP, then taking BP himself, hitting some snowballs. Pretty good swing. Joey Wendell leading off the 5th. 1-0 the count. Now he's ahead 2-0. The team got here. The entire field pretty much covered by snow, and they were in the process of scraping snow, removing it from the outfield. There's a shot, well tagged, deep into right center field and out of here. Home run for Joey Wendell, and boy, did he drive that one out of here. A nice, clean swing, and then the explosion of that line drive. And the Rays add to this lead. It's now 3-1. Wendell's first home run in a Rays uniform. And boy, there was a little doubt about that hot line drive off the bat.
Well, he almost got one earlier in the game, just missed. This one keeps well into fair territory. That short, quick, strong stroke. And that is a bullet right up the staircase.
Strike call to Carlos Gomez. Wendell getting a little bit of a chance to show what he can do, and it's been good. One. You know, he was a guy, not a high-profile guy coming into spring training, coming over from Oakland, but he was a guy consistently that Kevin Cash talked about in a positive way all spring.
Well, he goes about his business the right way. A hard worker, going to get there early, going to be a guy that, you know, just never takes a day off as far as getting his work in. And
now Gomez shoots one toward the gap, and that's going to roll all the way to the wall. Gomez on his way to second with a 2-base hit to follow up the Wendell home run. Rays with another scoring opportunity.
Well, continue to put the pressure on. This is something, and I don't want to talk too much about it because it ended up being a tough day for the Rays, but they scored in so many different innings, 6-7 innings in the ball game yesterday. It was just constant pressure. And doing that once again here. The home run to extend the lead. Gomez, an extra base hit.
C.J. Cron, man in scoring position, nobody out. Keep on building. To strike on the outside corner. How about this on the home run by Wendell? He did 2 home runs while he was with Oakland a year apart. I mean, exactly a year apart. September 17th, 2016 and September 17th, 2017. So he's way ahead of schedule now. High fly ball back into left center. Garcia back to make the catch. Tagged by Gomez. He's going to head to third, and he's in there. So a move to third on the fly ball by Cron. 1 out with a man at third base now.
Boy, that breaking ball right there hung up enough. C.J. Cron just missed. Maybe getting that ball out of here, but he got it deep enough and high enough. Good read by Gomez. He gets to third here with less than 2.
Well, let's see what Matt Duffy can do against the drawn-in infield. Duffy got a base hit to drive in a run in the first inning. Takes ball 1. Action in the White Sox bullpen. We have Gregory Infante throwing in the bullpen now. One. 2-run lead. Rays looking to pick up this additional run with Gomez reaching third after the double and the move up on the fly ball. 2-1. And here comes the squeeze down the line from third, and the bunt is foul. Gomez had a full head of speed coming down the line as the Rays tried to squeeze home the run. And Duffy's bunt went foul.
Yeah, this may have been something that they were anticipating. You remember that sequence of pitches with Rob Refsnyder at the plate, how they were going fastball away well off the plate, with Narvaez sitting well off the plate, maybe anticipating this right here, the Rays trying that. Just not able to get it into fair territory. There would have been another run.
So 2-2 to Duffy. And he shoots this one into right field for a base hit. That scores Gomez. Duffy's going to dig for two against Garcia's arm. Now he decides not to, and the throw back in pops away. Duffy back in at first safely with an RBI and a base hit, and the Rays lead 4-1.
Yeah, and Miguel Gonzalez is going to go up with the fastball here, trying to get the swing and a miss, and Matt Duffy's able to get to it. There haven't been many of those on the day. Can think about maybe one of them, but Duffy got on top of it, base hit, Rays 4-1.
And the White Sox make a call to the bullpen, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. '70 unique scratch-off games. So add a little play to your day with these new games. The Florida Lottery, it's your ticket. Claim it. Must be 18 or older to play. Play responsibly. Well, the Rays now have a 4-1 lead. Gonzalez out of the game after 4 1/3. 8 hits allowed. 93 pitches, and the Rays got another run on the Duffy base hit.
I mean, do you see where that pitch was?
Yeah.
That was shoulder high. That's a pitch that not often is a hitter going to be able to get on top of it, but he did.
And Fonte, the new pitcher. Wilson Ramos to face him. Rays with a run in the first, a run in the fourth, and now 2 in the fifth. And Fonte making this staff now out of spring training. 30-year-old right-hander. Was in 52 games with the White Sox last year. Originally got to the big leagues briefly in 2010. Matt Duffy has a new belt. You wonder, I think, is that the second one?
Yeah.
Second time he's had a belt issue.
I think he just continues to lose weight. Needs to keep moving down belt sizes.
This is a base running belt. It's a little lighter weight. Doesn't want to weight him down.
It's 28.
Now here's Ramos. And the pitch is down and in. Infante was in 5 games in 2010 and then didn't get back to the big leagues for 10 years, or for 7 years in 2017. Started his pro career in 06, so he's been in pro ball for a little over 10 years. There's the ball that pops out of the way of Narvaez, and Duffy's going to move up to second base, and he got there a little quicker than he would have with the old belt. So it's 2-0. It's going to be a pass ball charge to Narvaez. Yeah, you can see how quickly on this pass ball that Duffy goes from first to second.
Oh yeah, went down a couple sizes, a little bit lighter belt, moving quick. Infante missed that pitch by about 3 feet. It's a tough pass ball when you're reaching that far.
And a turn, throw back to second, and back in is Duffy.
Maybe getting another belt. Go back in head first and snap that.
Base hit up the middle. Here comes Duffy around. The throw's going to come to the plate, and he is out trying to score. So Duffy cut down on the throw from Garcia on the base hit to center by Ramos.
Boy, that throw coming out of the hand of Lurie Garcia started to tail up the third base line, and Narvaez was able to, you can see a great shot of it right here, start to tail, and he catches and tags right at the same time. The throw took him right into Matt Duffy.
Daniel Robertson. This pitch is down, 1-0. Yeah, that belt, there's something wrong with it.
Seeing some action. I had to borrow Jake Faria's.
Yeah, and I think Narvaez tagged him right on the belt. 2-0. Rays have lost a couple runners at the plate today. Two runs home in the 5th. Lifted into right center. Garcia coming over from right field. Avisail to make the catch. Rays settle for 2. 2 runs, 4 hits. They leave 1. Home run by Joey Wendell opened the scoring, his first in a Rays uniform, and it was impressive. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and the Rays now hold a 4-1 lead. Bottom of the 5th inning. Joey Wendell with a home run for the Rays in the top of the 5th. And in the bottom of the 5th, that's the top of the order for the White Sox. Moncada, Avisail Garcia, and then Abreu. Pitch is a strike. Moncada's been on twice with a walk and a double. Scored a run in the 1st. And a liner, base hit into center field. He's on again. 2 for 2 with a walk now for the young infielder.
Let's go back to that. Take a look at that throw from out in center field from Leury Garcia. With StatCast, Wilson Ramos, that bullet, 229 feet and what turned out to be an 87.1 mile per hour sinker. Saw the sinking action, taking that throw right into Matt Duffy's belt.
Yeah, threw it right on the spot where Duffy arrived. Up the line from the plate as if he knew that Duffy wasn't going to quite be at the plate.
If you were playing that game.
Uh-oh, in the dirt. Moncada's going to try to advance and will on the recovery by Ramos. Well, you want to put a stop to this because the Rays have built a 3-run lead. You don't want the White Sox to think about chipping away at that deficit. A wild pitch here charged to Archer.
Well, he had 15 of those a season ago, the vast majority on that slider down into the dirt.
Speaking of wild pitches, they've changed that pass ball in the top of the inning and charged Infante, the pitcher, with a wild pitch. One and one the count to Avisail Garcia. And to center. Gomez makes the catch. Tag at second. Moncada's going to head to third. The throw's up the line a bit. So now a man at third with 1 out. And that's the difference the wild pitch makes.
Yep.
Because now he's in a position to score on a fly ball, something other than a hit. And you have Jose Abreu up.
Yeah, you're able to punch him out his last at bat. Got him with a fastball that was up and away.
Nice hit, baby. Just a nice hit.
Would like to do the same thing here.
And a pop-up, that'll do. In from first comes Crone. He's making the call and the catch. Boy, one pitch to get Abreu right there with a man at third. Big out for the Rays as they try to maintain a 3-run lead. And Nicky Delmonico will be the hitter. Delmonico has walked and struck out. Slider got him on strikes the last time. And there's one to start this at bat, strike one. Chicago 1 of 10 with men on base and 0 for 8 with men in scoring position. It's foul right back over the screen, 0-2. Moncada opened the third with a double and was left on. They left men at first and third in the fourth. Scored a run and left 2 men on in the first inning, and now they have Moncada at third with 2 outs in the fifth. A 2-strike count on Delmonico. And a long one to right. That ball is gonna get out of here. An 0-2 pitch and a home run for Delmonico. Big blow right there for the White Sox. And just like that, it's a one-run ball game.
Well, just as the Rays start to pull away, the Chicago White Sox answer. And what is really crushing about this was Nicky answered on an 0-2 count, a hanging slider. What did we say before this game started? These guys feast on mistakes out over the plate. That is just a lineup full of mistake hitters. And for power.
Yep.
And they came in tied for third in the American League in home runs.
Well, they hit 14 home runs in their first 5 games. That's number 15. First home run in 4 games, and ends in 0 for 23 overall with men in scoring position. 1-1. Yeah, that's tough to shake off. An 0-2 pitch, 2 outs. And a line drive home run. Now 1-2 to Sanchez. Popped up, that'll be foul. Will carry out of play. Here's the home run. 103 miles per hour exit velocity.
Yeah, line drive home run. Yeah, and they StatCast anything between 10 and 25 degree launch angle. It's considered a line drive. Dead brushed up on
yeah. Impressive. The Rays hold on to a 1-run lead in the 5th inning. Sanchez is out on strikes. 2-run score on the Delmonico home run. On to the 6th, 4-3 Rays. Triple. Daniel Robertson scoring on that one. Here's the home run off the bat of Joey Wendell to open the 5th inning, his first in a Rays uniform. Matt Duffy going upstairs to line an opposite field hit and chase home a run. That made it a 4-1 game at the moment until Nicky Delmonico hit the 2-run home run in the bottom of the 5th. So through 5, it's 4-3 Rays. And we go to the 6th inning with Malik Smith leading off against Aaron Bummer, making his 5th appearance.
He's worked 2 innings, a walk and a strikeout, no ERA.
On attempt is foul, strike 1. Foul ball, 0-2. Ralph Snyder will be next. A span to follow. The Rays better rebuild a lead. It's a soft liner into left, served in there for a base hit. 1 hop in front of Delmonico. And on for the 3rd time, Malik Smith. He is 3 for 3. And speed at first.
Just reaching out there and slapping that breaking ball the other way. Drops it right in there and speed aboard.
Rays in double figures with 10 hits. Ralph Snyder takes it down. Andy Farquhar, the former Ray, up in the bullpen for the White Sox. A strike called on the outside part of the plate. Single into second for Ralph Snyder. Fielder's choice in the 4th. It's 1 for 2. And this one will pop away, allowing Smith to move up to second base. So the Rays now have speed at second with nobody out. Wild pitch charge. That'll be the 3rd wild pitch charge to White Sox pitching. 3 wild pitches, 3 different pitchers.
Just spiked that ball right behind home plate, right in front of the catcher Narvaez. Quick little meeting on the mound amongst all the position players, which I believe still counts as a mound visit.
That's a mound visit.
We've lost our little graphic, our little mound visit graphic. Just tease us with it.
That's a strike, and it's 2-2. There you go. Mound visits remaining right there.
That's it.
That used to be left on base. Now it's an MVR. There goes Smith trying to steal third. Ball bounces away. He gets up as that ball rolls to the dugout. And for a moment, it appeared that they were a little late getting to the plate. Suddenly, Narvaez went back to the plate, and Bummer quickly came down as Sanchez tracked that throw down.
There's the jump by Malik, and that ball got far enough away that for a split second there you wondered would he try. Little pop-up slide and go, but the third baseman over there, Homer Sanchez, tracks that ball down.
Tap foul.
Well, Chicago once again brings that infield up, hoping for, I'd like to see a strikeout, potential ground ball, maybe can cut Malik Smith off of the plate. They've done it once before this ball game.
Ralph Snyder strikes out. So that's out number 1 in the 6th inning.
Bummer's got a lot of action on his pitches. That one at 92. Low 3/4 arm angle. Seen him sitting around 92, 94.
First strikeout for Chicago pitching. They got it when they needed it. And here is Denard Span. Oh, and outside. Span's popped out, lined out, hit a fly ball to right field in the 4th. Fouls this one back in on him a bit. Makes it a 1-1 count. Bummer, the 3rd pitcher for Chicago. We're 10-0 for the Rays, 3-5-1 for the White Sox, and a block by Narvaez. 2-1. With Bummer out here, Narvaez has been busy, especially now with Malik Smith at 3rd. There's a line drive base hit into right field. Malik Smith will score. Span drives in the run, and the Rays pick up another one. They try to rebuild this lead. It's now 5-3.
Yeah, and again, keeping that pressure on. Now the 4th inning in this ball game that the Rays have been able to plate a run. That was a trend that started yesterday. That pitch stays in, maybe a little in off the plate. Denard Span, you can see right there, just kind of set himself up a nice little load and fire the hands. Here comes Smith.
Denard Span, belly landing over at first, getting back in on that pickoff throw. Joey Wendell. Outside, 1-0. Two and 0. Fouls this one the other way. It's now 2-1. Over to first. Span, the base runner. And a good look right there to pitch just off the plate. Wendell against the lefty. Runner takes off. The pitch is high, and the throw down will not be in time. Denard Span steals the base, his first stolen base of the year. The Rays With this 2-run lead, being aggressive, and Span steals his way into scoring position.
Yeah, and this was a huge problem for the White Sox a season ago. They gave up the most stolen bases in the American League, 120.
3-2, and Wendell is out on strikes as Bummer dropped down a bit to make that delivery and pick up the second out of the inning. Carlos Gomez is due up, and the White Sox appear to be of mind to make a pitching change. There's the strikeout of Wendell and the delivery by Bummer. So the lefty with a couple hits allowed, a couple strikeouts will depart. Call to the bullpen, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Special pregame events honoring Jackie Robinson's legacy and a special ticket price. 2 press level tickets for only $42 when you visit RaysBaseball.com/42. Rays up. Well, Carlos Gomez will now face the right-hander Danny Farquhar. First pitch. Fastball out over the plate is fouled back. Strike one. Gomez with a base hit and a run scored in the first, a double and a run scored in the 5th inning.
5 punch outs, 4 2/3 innings. Good changeup. You see it right there. In fact, wasn't he the Rays' right-handed left-hander
That's
for
exactly
a time?
what he was for a run in the bullpen.
And that was because of that changeup. Good fading action down and away to the lefty. You saw it right there, and obviously down and into Gomez.
Pitching on a cold day here in Chicago. 2-1. Take a look at his splits. Lefty righty. How about that? See, righties a little better than left-handers against Farquhar.
There you go.
Big cut and a miss. Boy, down to one knee goes Gomez. He was thinking long ball on that one.
And he will do this from time to time. We saw it in Boston in a 3-1 count. He takes that big swing and down to that one knee. Mean intentions.
2-2. And a cut and a miss. Fastball got him. Farquhar strikes out Gomez. The Rays settle for 1 and they lead by 2, 5-3.
In the bottom of the 6th against the White Sox here in Chicago. Well, there's Blake Snell. This was just a couple hours ago. Sergio Romo throwing some snowball BP to Blake Snell, and I was talking with him earlier in the clubhouse after this. He said he hadn't played in the snow since December, but he said he likes Seattle snow more, making snow angels, having some fun. You know what that kind of looks like? It looks like those gender reveal parties where they hack at the, I don't even know what they,
Yeah, well,
what are they
yeah.
heck at?
No, listen, I know exactly what you're talking about. Did you see the all-time fail where I believe it was, I don't know who tossed it. Anyway, the swing, they crowded her. It came in tight. She took it, and it landed on the ground and revealed all over the concrete.
Well, I don't know what that would have been. That was white, so.
Yeah.
That's still a surprise when the baby comes.
It's a weather review. I didn't think we were going to play today. You know, Kevin Patterson, our producer, showed up at the ballpark extremely early, getting ready for this big show.
As he always does.
Yeah. And Gary, our director, out there with the handheld. Yeah. And they sent a picture of a snowman. Yeah. That was right behind home plate, right?
I got that picture.
Group text.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going right back to bed. I'm not playing ball today.
Wave and a miss by Tim Anderson, leading off the bottom of the 6th.
Did take into account the sod font.
Yep. He is legendary. They had a press conference after he cleared the field.
Did Michelle go down for the presser?
She just left.
No, maybe they had another one.
Anderson out on strikes. Word is that Gary Nicholas built that snowman.
Oh, he did. There he is, putting that together.
Yeah. Yeah, he's quite a sculptor. He is very good with snow and even better with ice.
And when he brings out the chainsaw too.
Yep.
The chainsaw ice sculpting.
It's good with all of those. Garcia takes the pitch in.
That would explain the trunks that he's always putting into his back of his car.
Right, so 1-0 the count. One and one the count. Rays lead 5-3. They've out hit Chicago 11-5. Two and one. Well, Archer starting to push 90, 87 pitches so far. This one pulled toward the corner and right, and a foul ball. Well, that had trouble written all over it, and Garcia pulled it just foul.
Well, this is how close it was. Hooking, couple feet.
A 2-2 count to Garcia. When you get down into this part of the order, you really want to take advantage of it. And on his fist, and a roller that gets away from Robertson. Picked up by Duffy, but no play. And so Garcia is aboard on the error charge to Robertson.
Like Robertson was going to be able to make a nice play on that, charging that from where he was positioned there at shortstop, and ball just got into him a little bit. Just take a look. Ball just rattled right around in that glove and scored it free.
Rays charged with their first error of the day. Saladino. Pitch inside. Saladino's grounded to third and hit a fly ball into center field. Out of play. Archer coming into this game off the 5-inning stint Tuesday against the Yankees in New York. He threw 96 pitches in that game and has just hit the 90 mark in this one. The Rays would love to get the ground ball out of Saladino in this one, and as you look toward the 7th, lead off with the number 9 hitter. It's a strike, 1-2. Runner goes. Pitch is down. He did go. So a swing and miss. Saladino is out on strikes. So the Rays get the out there. And Garcia, running on the pitch, gets credit for a stolen base.
There's the pitch. The slider down in the dirt. You see Wilson Ramos trying to come up with the backhanded throw, but it was a perfect pitch to run on. Difficult to handle. In fact, it wasn't handled at all. And Garcia out there at second base here now with 2 outs.
Well, that's 8 strikeouts for Archer. 1 out, 2 outs now with a man at second. And here's the number 9 hitter, the catcher, Omar Narvaez. 1-0 the count. Back into left field. Span on the run. Still going. Can't get there. One hop into the wall. The run's going to score. And Narvaez will wind up at second base with a double, an opposite field double. And that makes it 5-4.
Well, Chicago, bottom of the order here, able to capitalize on the error and the stolen base. And fastball down and away, but Narvaez drives it, gets it over the head of Span, one hops the wall. Just won't go away. That's going to bring Kyle Snyder out to the mound.
So once again, the White Sox keep coming back. Trust your gut, pick the right player, and get one step closer to winning $5.6 million. Download Beat the Streak today. Now the pitch count at 95 for Archer. And the top of the order, Yohan Moncada, about to step in. A tough out right here. Fourth time he has faced Moncada, who has walked, doubled, and singled today. 1-0 now. ball, 1 strike. You saw a moment ago Chaz Rowe working in the Rays bullpen. Pitch upstairs. It's 2-1. Well, a case where the Rays got 5 from Archer last time. Trying to get him through the 6th inning here. And he's facing the top of the order for the 4th time. And he's high. 3-1 in the count now. Abisail Garcia on deck. Potential trouble there. And that's a strike. And a slider there to go to 3-2.
Close too. Right on the outer edge.
Foul back. Back again.
You notice as the game has moved on, the sliders, some of that depth has gone away. Every once in a while, you'll be able to get on top where it was consistent early. There have been a few that have hung here as the game has gotten into the later innings, at least the midway part of this game.
Just over 100 pitches. And again, the 3-2. He lost him high.
And that was another slider that stayed up, and that one up above the zone.
So a walk to Moncada and brings Kevin Cash out of the dugout and on his way to the mound. So Chris Archer will depart. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Bottom of the 6th inning, the Rays make a call to the bullpen. Chris Archer out after 102 pitches and responsible for a couple men on. Chaz Rowe will be the new pitcher. He faces Abisail Garcia. Into the slider high. Garcia has struck out, grounded out, and hit a fly ball to center.
you got to figure that he's going to see plenty of those from Chaz Rowe. That's really his signature pitch. Nasty slider.
And that's a strike, boy. You can see the movement where that one started. You get the feeling, you have to think, if you're the hitter, it's behind you. And it breaks over.
Yeah, it's got a real frisbee look. You know, where Archer's slider, when it is on, it is violent and almost looks like a curveball at times. Rowe kind of spin, and then the movement's late.
Ground ball third. Duffy down to Wendell for the force to retire the side. Run scores unearned, and we'll go to the seventh. 5-4 Rays. Lead this game. They'll have the middle of the order coming up in the seventh, and turning out to be one of those games when you just can't score enough runs. Here's what comes up tomorrow on Rays Live, the pregame show presented by your Gulf Coast Honda dealers. We'll hear from the left-hander Blake Snell. He'll be set to oppose Carson Fulmer tomorrow, and Doug will break down Denard Span. Boy, what a great addition Denard Span has been. C.J. Cron against the former Ray, Danny Farquhar. Pitch is a strike. Cron, Duffy, and Ramos trying to get a little something going here to add on. The Rays have missed a couple opportunities to widen the lead. Managed to still hang on to it. Cron is down 0-2. Got 4 runs and 4 1/3 off Miguel Gonzalez, the starter. Another run off Bummer. The run they scored off him is technically the difference in this game right now.
Well, this is a desperate White Sox team. You know, they open up this homestand by getting swept by the Tigers.
Way high. Yeah, that after that fast start on the road. Scored a lot of runs, 18 runs in their first 2 games of the year in Kansas City. Toward the hole, but Sanchez there to make the pickup and the throw to first. And that's the first out in the top half of the 7th inning. Well, here's Matt Duffy. A couple of runs batted in for the Rays' third baseman. Between, he hit a fly ball to center. It stayed in. 1-0. Those days here when you can have an entire section to yourself if you want. Fastball, and he misses that. Up 1-1.
Well, you originally the game was going to be a night game, and then a few days ago changed it to a day game because of obviously the cold weather, and then on top of that it's really cold and it was snowing this morning. So a bad confluence of factors. How about that look? You ready for any emergency?
Yeah, there's a reason he's got the entire section to himself.
I didn't think that you could get a fire helmet into the ballpark. Thought that they have to keep that out front, but apparently not.
Well, he's ready in case of an emergency, one would hope. Upstairs, 2-2. And Duffy is out on strikes. Fastball got him there. Farquhar has retired the 3 men he's faced, 2 on strikes.
I think sometimes, Dwayne, you get caught in between and you got that changeup in the back of your mind, and all of a sudden here comes a fastball and an indecisive swing.
One of those days when you can see your breath. Mid-30s. Wilson Ramos with a tap by the mound toward the middle. Backhanded by Moncada. The throw's wide. And that's going to be a base hit for Wilson Ramos. So Ramos is on for the second time. Great effort for Moncada. And an accurate throw, but tough to pull off from this vantage point.
He was almost out at shortstop.
Yep.
I mean, he went behind second base over to the shortstop side and then tried to make that long, difficult throw. Well, they said that he's really turning himself into a very good defender out there, good athlete. You think about the range between Tim Anderson and Moncada.
Daniel Robertson, the count of 1-0. One ball, one strike. Too low. Now 2-1. Smith on deck. Three balls and a strike. Top half of the seventh. Down to third. Grabbed by Sanchez. His throw is a strike to first to get Robertson. No runs, a hit, and a man left. Seventh inning stretch. Coming up, 5-4 Rays. Out of this game, our Toyota key stat. Well, Archer, with his strikeout performance today, moves up the Tampa Bay Rays pitchers strikeout list, trailing only James Shields, whom we will see in the wrap-up game of this series. Archer with 8 strikeouts today. Moves ahead of David Price. Chaz Rowe, who is out here, he came into the game to get the final out in the 6th, and will face Jose Abreu to open the bottom of the 7th. The pitch is a strike. Next couple days, the pitching matchup: Blake Snell against Carson Fulmer. James Shields is going to pitch the Wednesday game for Chicago, and the Rays figure to have a bullpen day going. 1-1 to count.
Well, it's nice to get away from Boston and New York for a time. They're going to have an interesting schedule coming up here, obviously with the White Sox and the matchups we just saw. Then going home, and you've got Philadelphia, the Rangers. To see some teams you don't get to see very often.
Good cut and a miss by Abreu. 1-2. Yeah, the Rangers will be in, followed by the Twins. So the Rays have a 3-team homestand coming up. It'll be nice to be home for about 10 days.
Yes, amen to that too.
This has been a challenging road trip in more ways than one. Looking for a win is the biggest one. Abreu with a high pop foul headed for the seats.
I mean, this team has seen snow on every stop. Boston, New York, well, New York, then Boston, then Chicago. Everything's been a day game. And success has been hard to come by.
And a cut and a miss. Abreu out on strikes. A big out to get right there. That'll be the 9th strikeout for Rays pitching.
Kind of pulled the string right there too, and Kevin Cash is going to make a change, but a nice breaking ball by Chaz Rowe. Take a little off, 80 miles an hour, big break, got it.
Kevin Cash will make the pitching change. Call to the bullpen, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. By Freedom Boat Company. The freedom to be on the water without the hassle of boat ownership. And by your local Honda dealer. That is rush hour. Everybody in a hurry. Jose Alvarado will be the new pitcher for the Rays. making his 6th appearance, on to face Nicky Delmonico, who homered in the 5th inning off Archer on an 0-2 slider. Archer, Rowe, and now Alvarado. High fly ball, right field. Malik Smith tracking it. A little adjustment to his right, and he makes the catch. 2 gone.
Nicky Delmonico.
Did you see Malik's right there?
No.
As if he had a little sweat on the brow, and he just wiped it off after tracking that one down in right field.
Well, he's had some adventures in the outfield.
Yep. I'll watch him make this catch. Sanchez. Strike 1. Two. Sergio Romo up in the Rays bullpen. It's too low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On the lefty up in the bullpen for Chicago. That's low, blocked by Ramos. It's 2-2. Ramos and Stu Sherwater, the plate umpire, exchanging pleasantries and commiserating there. Plate umpire, catcher on a cold day.
Boy, every foul tip that you take, ball that you block.
And you know it's coming. On a cold day, you're not going to go through there untouched. Usually for either one of those guys, the plate umpire or the catcher. Base hit. Sanchez aboard with a 2-out single. A full count pitch. And then we'll get Tim Anderson to the plate.
Just a fastball that was right in the middle of the plate, and hits this ball hard.
Well, with Anderson coming up, Cash will make the pitching change. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery. topics. Undisputed with Skip and Shannon. Weekdays from 9:30 a.m. to noon Eastern. Only on FS1. Sergio Romo on to replace the left-hander Jose Alvarado with Tim Anderson up here. 2 outs. Sanchez at first.
And keep your eyes on Sanchez.
First pitch sails high, 1-0.
And we talked about Tim Anderson, 5 for 5 in stolen bases. The only other stolen base on this team is Yolmer Sanchez.
He's reaching and pops it up. It'll be a foul ball, carries out of play.
Sergio Romo, that fastball is going to sit right in the mid 80s. Get up a little bit higher than that, but he's got a couple of different variations of the slider and knows how to pitch. Has been in these tough situations before and understands what he needs to do.
Sanchez back in at first. Another move over there. Sanchez dancing back and forth with that lead off first. And it's foul right back. 1-2. Move.
You see he continued to inch his way out there. And that's what Sergio Romo's noticing too.
Runner goes. The pitch, a swing and a miss. Anderson out on strikes. 7th inning is over. The White Sox leave a man. Rays go to the 8th, leading 5-4. 5-4 lead. They're going to see a new pitcher. Luis Avalon enters this game, the 5th pitcher of the day for the Chicago White Sox.
Well, he is on for the 5th time, has worked 2 2/3. A couple of 3 strikeouts and a walk.
So Malik's going to bunt the ball and misses it, strike 1. Malik's 3 for 3 today. Run scored. There's a run batted in, stolen base. Now he faces the lefty. Avalon, originally in the Atlanta Braves organization, came up with the Braves in 2012. 0-2. Then to the Dodgers in 15. Ref Snyder next, and then Denard Span. Up the right side. That's a fair ball and back into the corner. Smith on his way to second, and he will stop there. Throw back in loose, backed up by Anderson. A 2-base hit for Malik Smith, who's 4 for 4 today.
How about Malik Smith at the plate? Seeing the ball very well. He's had a number of hits the other way, and then just about that time they try to crowd him. That ball is in, and that's in off the plate, and he gets to it and keeps it fair.
Well, the Rays now have 13 hits. 7 of those have been 2-strike hits, including all 4 of the hits by Malik Smith today. Rob Refsnyder, a great opportunity to add. You get into the late stages of these games, you want to add on. Anderson trying to break into the bag at second behind Smith. Pitches a strike at the knees. Every spot in the Rays order has managed to reach base in this game. Refsnyder singled in the first. Down 0-1 here in the 8th. The move back to second, and Malik Smith is back in.
Keeping a close eye back there. Tim Anderson sneaking in behind him. Just trying to keep him close.
Well, he had a 4-hit game against the Cubs over in Wrigley last year on July the 5th. He likes to hit in Chicago. 4-hit game now on the south side against the White Sox here today for Malik Smith.
I was going to say apparently all over the city. It's been impressive too. He's taken the pitches away into left field. That last fastball in.
That's a check, and the pitch was down 2-1. I know you've done a little work, and you have, in regard to north side, south side, a little insight into the weather and why we could play this game and they could not play on the north side today.
Well, the sod father came out and said that there were 2 inches of snow here. He said you can handle 2 inches of snow on the north side.
Fly ball into left. That's Delmonico to make the catch.
He said they had an extra inch of snow because they got a little lake effect. And so they had 3 inches of snow, and he said that really, I totally get it. And you 3 inches of snow makes it more difficult, and it'd be tough to get the field ready in time. 2 inches you can handle, 3 inches too much. So he thought that their decision to cancel the game was a very sound decision. It was very complimentary of the groundskeeper, the head groundskeeper up for the Chicago Cubs too. So he's a fine young man.
Well, it's only the right thing to do, notwithstanding that they have lake effect here on the south side as well. Denard Span, the hitter. Alex Smith at second and Ref Snyder at first. But it's an exchange between and among gentlemen in the Groundskeepers Society. There goes Malik Smith trying to steal third, and he is in there. Malik Smith steals third base. So a double and now a swipe of third.
Boy, a great jump here. Avilan never got him to stop. Not only did he get a great jump, it was a good pitch to run on. Off-speed pitch. And he gets in there easily.
Now Malik stole third in the 6th inning, does it again here in the 8th.
Yeah, this was a thorn for the Chicago White Sox a season ago.
And a strike here by Span. And I tell you, as we all know, the way this start has gone, if the Rays can pick up this run, that could be a very big steal of third in the 8th inning by Malik Smith. Tap, it's foul, got him while he was in the box on a foul ball, 1-2. A lot of action up and down the Rays lineup in the box score. Crone without a hit, but he's walked. Robertson without a hit, he's walked and scored. Everybody else joining the hit parade. The Rays lead by a single run. Span checks on the pitch as it comes in low. 2-2. The 2-2 covered up by the catcher as the count goes to 3-2. Narvaez staying in front of that one. Wendell is on deck. And ball 4 is outside. Close, but a little wide. The Rays will have men on the corners with 1 out for Joey Wendell. Wendell is 1 out of 4. He hit a home run to lead off the 5th inning.
Way they can to get this run in, and the White Sox defensively corners are still tight. They've moved their middle infielders back just a little bit, anticipation of a potential double play.
And the pitch is a high fastball, 1-0. Wendell hit it out to right center field. connecting off Miguel Gonzalez.
Up over 110 miles an hour. 391, climbing the stairs there up into the seats. That was a rocket shot.
One.
Avila not afraid to throw that changeup left on left.
Yeah, he throws that changeup at least a year ago almost half the time.
Yeah.
Over to first. Smith breaks for the plate. He is out at the plate. Tried to get in head first. Called out by Stu Sherwater on the move to first. He broke down the line trying to steal home. And Malix pops up thinking he was safe. And they're going to take a look at it. So right now, it's the second out of the inning. Caught stealing. It would go from the pitcher to the first baseman to the catcher. And they're going to take a look at it.
Well, here comes Abreu. That follow-up throw throws a little wide. Well, that didn't tell you a whole lot. There's Malix Smith, a full head of steam. And maybe got that left hand in there. Let's take a look. Got the oven mitt out. Oh, maybe this could be one of those, however it went on the field, as it's going to stand. That was
well, it's got to be pretty
close.
Clear.
Yeah.
If they overrule it, and this is very close.
But not clear.
Yeah, yeah.
Boy, see that hand sneaking in there. That left hand, does the tag get to the backside? Can't see it from there, nothing definitive. You may be left without an angle that gives you that clear and convincing evidence.
So the Rays have them look at this out call at the plate on the attempted steal.
And you know you're late in the game, so you understand why the Rays challenged it. Take a chance here. Who knows? Close enough.
It's been a full day from Alex Smith so far. All four of his hits have been some variation of a 2-strike count. He's had 2 steals of third, and at this point has been thrown out at the plate twice. And there's an attempt of a steal of home. Hand goes down, and then the tag, but boy, that is close.
There we go.
And so the call will stand. 1-3-2. Boy, if they called him safe, it probably would have stood as well.
That's the feeling that you got watching all those replays, that the call on the field would trump all.
So the Rays come up on the short end of the attempted steal of home. Now the count to Wendell stands at 1-1. Span, the runner at first. Boy, close call, as close as you can get either way there. Ground ball. That ball is going to head into center field. Span will stop at second. And the Rays continue the inning. This will get Carlos Gomez to the plate. Wendell picking up his second hit.
This team just continues to pound out hits in this ball game. Wendell gets that off-speed delivery up in the zone and just hammers it. Hit them where they ain't.
Well, a 14-hit day for the Rays. 5 runs, 14 hits. And with Gomez due up, the White Sox Want to talk this one over. Don Cooper heads to the mound. Still a one-run game, top of the 8th. Well, a little conference out there before Gomez steps in. Gomez with a single and a double in 4 at-bats, 2 runs scored. And he's after that first pitch fastball, fouling it back, strike 1.
And Avilan coming right in. You know, Carlos Gomez, an extremely aggressive hitter. He's got a big swing. And so Avilan trying to crowd him with the fastball in. You think about that changeup away too.
Over to strike. This one down, and it's 0-2.
Boy, well located down and in.
Gomez out on strikes. So the Rays are finished in the 8th. They do not score and lead 5-4. Here's Malik Smith taking off on the move to first and trying to beat Abreu's throw to the plate. Very close. And boy, either way, and it really could have gone either way. It would have been difficult to overturn if he'd called him safe, and it would not be overturned after they had called him out. Leading off the bottom of the 8th, Garcia. Larry Garcia fouls it away, strike 1.
Well, you think about the Rays on the base paths here this afternoon. I mean, they've been aggressive, you know, picking up some stolen bases, and at the same time, they've lost a number of runners.
Yep.
A couple at the plate.
And a base hit, stroked into right by Garcia. Leadoff single. The Rays have had men on base in every inning except the third. They've left men on base in every inning. The White Sox, likewise, have had men on base in every inning except the second. And they've left men on base in every inning except the fifth, and of course the second when they had no one on base. Now leadoff single. There's Tyler Saladino at the plate against Sergio Romo. Showing bunt. There's the pitch for a ball.
Trying to move that runner. Down by a run.
Archer, Rowe, Alvarez, and now Romo for the Rays. Keeps an eye on Garcia at first. And a bunt rolling up the first base side. They'll get the tag. Crone tags him unassisted. Garcia moves up to second. The sacrifice moves the potential tying run into scoring position.
Saladino gets that ball just inside the chalk. Hard enough that Crone's got to make a quick decision. Can't afford to let that ball roll any further. Maybe it rolls foul, maybe it doesn't. Ends up being a hit at that point. So he decided to field tag, and meeting of the minds on the mound right now.
Kyle Snyder to the hill to talk it over with the entire contingent. Garcia's at second. Visit a local participating 7-Eleven store, and while you're there, pick up a Rays discount coupon for the game Friday against the Phillies. Keep saving with $5 Budweiser and Bud Lights exclusively on the Budweiser porch. Ages 21 and over. Please drink responsibly. Omar Narvaez up here, the catcher. Young man originally in the Rays organization. Signed him out of Venezuela. And the pitch is a little low. Narvaez doubled in the 6th inning. Took advantage of an error and drove in a run to make it a 1-run game. Down and in, and a nice stop by Ramos to keep Garcia at second base.
Boy, think about that. He gets over to third, less than 2 outs. A nice backhand short hop here on a pitch yanked down and in, and you're that close. And you know, when you look at these peripheral numbers, the Rays with runners in scoring position, the number of hits on the day, hard to believe this is a 1-run game. I mean, the Rays have almost doubled the White Sox up on hits, and then you saw 5 out of 15 with wrist. The White Sox just 2 of 11.
A 2-0 count. Romo misses away. 3-0. That's a strike taken. 3-1. Top of the order is on deck. Moncada, but right now Narvaez the hitter of concern. And ball 4. 2 men on with 1 away, and we go to the top of the order. And here's Moncada, who's been on base all 4 times with a walk, a double, a single, and another walk. And now we'll get a pinch runner at first base. It's going to be Engel. He'll run for the catcher. So Adam Engel is the pinch-a-penny pinch runner. So the increased speed there. That would be the potential go-ahead run. Here's Moncada. The pitch is a strike.
Having quite a day. Double, single, couple of walks, scored some runs.
He started the day hitting 176. He's up to 222. One and one.
Well, you look at this Chicago rebuild, and he was a big part of it. Big prospect coming over here from Boston and continues to develop.
Big cut and a miss. Now 1 and 2.
Boy, that's a nice breaking ball there by Romo, and we said he's got a couple different versions of it. Here he takes off 75 miles an hour, and you can see he got him with the change of speed and the location of the pitch.
And a cut and a miss. Came right back with it and picks up a big out there on the strikeout.
You know, he took that pitch a little further down in the zone and 2 miles an hour off. Just continued to subtract. Well, he's a heady pitcher. You know, he doesn't have the overpowering stuff, but he certainly knows how to use what he does have.
Well, here is Abisail Garcia against Romo. Runners take off. The pitch is high, and it's a double steal. So it's 2nd and 3rd now. That puts the potential tying run at 3rd and the potential go-ahead run in scoring position at 2nd.
Well, the Rays really didn't pay them any mind at all. And so after a couple of pitches like that, they decided, let's go.
See, accuse it, foul, 1 and 1. Garcia getting his first look ever at Sergio Romo. Two men in scoring position with 2 outs. And a cut and a miss again on that breaking ball.
Yeah, these guys just have not been able to sit back long enough, and Garcia gets out in front of that breaking ball right there. You see him just waving at it, body off balance. Hard to imagine anything different here.
And a cut and a miss. He strikes him out, Romo. A couple of very big strikeouts with that breaking stuff. And so we'll go into the 9th. In the 8th inning, no runs, a hit, and 2 men left. 10 men left on base for each team in this game. 5-4 Rays. Joakim Soria is the new pitcher for the White Sox, and the first pitch into C.J. Cron a little tight. 1-0. Other changes as well. Soria's on for the 4th time. Castillo, Wellington Castillo is his battery mate. Fouled into the screen by Cron.
Well, 3 one-inning appearances. He's 2 for 3 in saves. Very reliant on his changeup at this point of his career. You see Adam Engel out in center.
That's a strike, 1-2. Engel takes over in center. Lurie Garcia moves over to right. Avisail Garcia out of the game. It's low, 2-2. Cron walked in the first inning looking for his first hit. This one pops it up foul third base side, and it's caught by Sanchez, the third baseman. Now Matt Duffy will come on. He has 1 plate appearance in his career against Soria, and he drew a walk. He has 2 hits and 2 runs batted in. Span has driven in a run. Wendell did a home run, a solo shot. Duffy with 2 runs batted in. Malik Smith with 1. There's a ball 1 to Duffy.
Well, up and down the lineup, guys contributing, able to put some innings together, and that's how they're going to have to play all season long. They're just not going to be able to sit back and pound home runs like they did a year ago. And even doing that didn't lead to, they were right at the bottom of the league in runs scored, but while setting a franchise record for home runs. So it was time to hit the reset button, try something new offensively. And we've seen that here the last couple of days, putting innings together, speed on the base paths.
Doing 1. Rays with 5 runs, 14 hits. White Sox 4 runs, 8 hits. Three and 1. Wilson Ramos on deck. Now full count. He scored a run in the first, driven in by Duffy. Another run in the 4th, tripled home by Malik Smith. 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. That one is fouled back. The 2 in the 5th inning, a homer by Wendell, and a base hit by Duffy drove in another one. And a single by Denard Span drove in the run in the 6th. Both these teams have had opportunities for more, with 10 men left on for each side. Duffy just got a little piece of that one to stay alive. Up to 40 degrees. It was 35 when we started.
It doesn't feel like it.
Warming trend. By Wednesday, it will start to push 60. They're saying 57. Duffy fouls this one out of play from the veteran right-hander. Duffy is out on strikes for the second time in this game. So Smith picks up, or Soria picks up a strikeout of Duffy, his first.
A protracted battle here, a lot of foul balls, and Duffy finally ends up coming up empty there. Rays down to their final out here in the top half of the ninth inning.
With Wilson Ramos stepping in. He's had a couple hits today and is over the top of that one. Strike one.
Oh, a nice depth and change of speed on that curveball there by Soria. He covers a lot of ground with the velocity. Saw that pitch at 70 miles an hour, the fastball getting up to 93, 94.
And he pours a strike in there with that fastball. Soria, 33 years old. He had Tommy John surgery twice in his career, the most recent in April of 2012. It's a foul ball back. Had it early in his career back in '03. And back in the closing role here in Chicago for the first time in a couple seasons. Upstairs now 1-2. I'm not sure it's really warmer now than it was when the game started. Are you?
No, the chill sets in at 35, 36, and then when it gets to 40, it's too late. This has got, 42-minute shower written all over it.
Wave and a miss. Ramos out on strikes, 2 in the inning. Jose Abreu is going to lead off the bottom of the ninth. Colome coming into this game. Back on the south side of Chicago, we move into the bottom of the 9th inning. The Rays hold a 5-4 lead. Middle part of the Chicago order due up, and Alex Colomé, the Rays closer, in here, set to close this one out, and it will be a big job. Jose Abreu leads it off, and the pitch is high. The last two appearances, yesterday and Thursday, have not been good ones for Alex Colomé and the Rays.
And you got to believe this is the day that he gets it done, and the team starts to move in the right direction. And it's been a frustrating couple of outings for Alex Colomé, but you know, there's still, the stuff isn't lacking. You know, the fastball we just saw, 95 miles an hour, that cutter on top of it. It's just a matter of getting back to the right mix.
Well, he faces Abreu, who is 5 of 18 against him. Pitch is upstairs. Two and one. Abreu and Delmonico due up, followed by Sanchez. That's a strike that pops away from Ramos. And it's 2-2.
Yeah, a borderline pitch that gets kind of knocked out of the way right here. A lot of times you're not going to get that call. But Stu Sherwater, staying right on it, said that was in the zone, even if it wasn't caught clean.
And Sherwater had a little conversation going with the White Sox dugout after that call.
Well, that's it. I mean, think about the difference in count, 3-1 or 2-2. Boy.
And now it's a full count. It's Delmonico on deck. He homered in the 5th inning off Archer. And a big cut and a foul ball. Archer, Rowe, Alvarado, Romo, and now Colomé. And another 3-2 pitch. Here it is. All 4. And Abreu is aboard to lead it off on the walk. And now it will be Delmonico. Now Delmonico with a walk or strikeout, the home run in the 5th off Archer, and then a fly ball to right in the 7th. This is the first time matchup between Colomé and Delmonico. And a shot headed up the middle, base hit into center, and Abreu advances to second and stops there. So a walk and a single, and just like that, Colomé and the Rays are in big trouble.
Well, leadoff walk, you always know that that is not the way you want to start off any inning. And those come back to haunt you so often. There's a pitch down over the plate, and Nicky Delmonico not wasting any time, hammering that ball through the middle. And here you go. Yolmer Sanchez lay the bunt down, or do they turn him loose?
It's 9 hits now for the White Sox. Rays looking for the bunt.
Corners are pulled up. Crone's cheating in.
And he's swinging away and misses the first one, strike one.
Yeah, you know, you just don't know in this day and age. A lot of teams, they go away, move away from the bunt. And other times they play small ball. It used to be you knew that this was going to be a bunting situation. 100% anymore. It's a guessing game.
Here's strike 2, 0-2. Sanchez drove in the first run of the day for Chicago with a fly ball to right. He's grounded to first and struck out and singled. Now the 0-2 into the dirt, and it bounces away all the way to the dugout, and both men advance. So they advance the runners on the wild pitch. Trouble now, even bigger.
Trying to take that cutter down, almost make it like a slider. Boy, well short and wide. And this one really hurts because now second and third, there is nobody out. The Rays actually conceding the run when you look at the infielders, at least up the middle and on the right side.
1-2, and a tap back to the mound. Colome's throw to first in time as the runners remain at second and third. So he gets the first out with a walk, single, wild pitch, second and third, and the comebacker.
Boy, yeah, and this is where this ground ball had to be hit to keep that runner at third. Anywhere else, and that run's going to score. And now the Rays get aggressive defensively, and they're pulling the infield in here with Tim Anderson at the plate. You see you got all three of them over here.
Overloading the left side and close. Anderson 1 for 4 today, a single and 3 strikeouts. And a ground ball down to third. The throw to first. Runners still at second and third as Duffy came up with that with the pulled in infield. 2 gone. Well, the Rays have gotten 2 perfectly placed ground balls here from the last 2 pitches.
Well, he came close to almost getting a double play out of that. Quick tag and then a throw. Forcing Abreu awkwardly back into the bag.
Well, now Garcia due up here. Garcia from the left side is a switch hitter. He is 0 for 2 lifetime with 2 strikeouts against Colome. Kyle Snyder and the Rays talk it over on the mound. Stu Sherwater has gone to the mound trying to hurry this along.
Going over the game plan here, and Kyle Snyder, the one thing that we do know about Leury Garcia is he has very little patience up at the plate. Aggressive hitter.
Saladino is on deck, and they do have Davidson on their bench. So it's second and third. 2 outs, 1-run game. And here's Garcia. Pitch a little bit wide, 1-0. Garcia, a couple of hits, a single to left in the 4th, base hit to right in the 8th. Reached on an error in the 6th and scored, grounded to first, his first time up. Rays would love to have that ground ball to first right now. And a ground ball to first. Crone will beat him to the bag. They get the ground ball to first and get out of this one and win it 5-4. After putting in at second and third with nobody out, Colome and the Rays get 3 ground balls to win this one 5-4 to snap.